Hi guys, welcome back to the next episode of SamDjanShow. Today we're talking about my top 10 TV shows. Let's go. Welcome back to the next episode of SamDjanShow. We talk about pop culture today. We're talking about my top 10 TV shows. Friday I don't get to subscribe and go catch bell as algorithm. So I'm going to be ranking my top 10 TV shows. I'm going to tell it full them. So if you have your own list, put it in the comments below. So start. So number 10 I have South Park. South Park was made all the way back in 1997 by Matt Stone and Trey Parker, Matt Stone. So they both created it, and yeah, it's adult animated show. It's most popular. It's one of the most popular shows out there. You've probably heard of the show, and I like the show. I think it's great. I love the early episodes, like the ones like the early episodes. I still like the new ones. They're not as it's not as funny as the old ones, but I still think they're kind of like funny, and I think it's kind of like considered. I don't think it's like completely gone like downhill. I love the movie South Park Big Long Uncut. I love the the Pandaverse they did, and then they did the streaming wars, the post COVID one. I loved all the characters, and it's just probably one of the best shows I like. And I can still watch and still enjoy it. That's South Park, a great show. Um, so if you haven't watched South Park, I recommend you check it. It's a really good show, and I love all the characters, and it's probably one of the best shows out there. So number 9 I have Peacemaker. Now this was a DC. This was the first DC, well, first and only DCU show. So it was Peacemaker. I remember when they announced they were going to do, like, this was announced like right after the Squad, and basically Peacemaker kills Rick Flag, and pretty much everyone was like they did not want to see Peacemaker, and I enjoyed it. I love all the characters. I love Peacemaker. Vigilante was good. Eagerly, I liked his dad. Um, Peacemaker's dad. I liked Emilia Harcourt was in it, Amanda Waller was in it, John Economos, man, like all the characters were good, all the jokes were funny, and it was a good guy. They took a character no one liked, and they basically make you like him, and it was great. I can't wait for season 2. And yeah, it's Peacemaker. I recommend you check it out. It's a great show. It's on HBO Max. I think you can get on DVD, you can get Blu-ray. But yeah, Peacemaker is a great show. We will get more, and we will get. I can't wait for season 2. That's Peacemaker. And so even that action is good. I love the cameo of the Justice League at the end. And so yeah, now we have Drake and Josh. Now this was back in 2004. This was created by Dan Schneider. They created this. He created the Amanda Show. I think he created. No, he did Zoe 101, Victorious, iCarly, Game Shakers, Sam and Cat. He did do the Amanda Show, and then um, he did Game Shakers. He did Henry Danger, and he's done a lot of stuff. Like yeah, he's cancelled now, but yeah. So Dan Schneider, um, take. I think this is probably one of the best. I think it's probably the best live action show on Nickelodeon. It's probably one of the better ones they've done. It's basically a story about two stepbrothers, Drake and Josh, and they both have opposite personalities. Just the stuff they go through was so relatable. I love all the characters, and like you can watch it in now, and it still holds up. It's still funny. I enjoyed it, even like the two movies they did, the Hollywood one and then the Merry Christmas, Drake and Josh. It's a great show. I recommend you check it out. I used to watch it when I was younger, and yeah, it was really. I really wanted a revival, but obviously now it won't because Drake Bell was in jail. I'm not going to get into it, but I love Drake and Josh. It's probably one of my favorite shows, and I really like it. So yeah. Number 7, I have One Tree Hill. Now this was back in 2003. This is by Mark Schwann, and basically it's about Lucas. It's a movie about it's a show about it's set in a fictional town Tree Hill, North Carolina, and it follows the lives of two half brothers, Lucas and Nathan, who compete for positions of their school basketball team, and the drama then ensues for the brothers' romances. And this was on the W. It was on the 2003. It was on the WB. Then it moved to CW 2006. It ran for 9 seasons, and I actually like the show. I thought all the shows. I thought um So yeah, all the 9 seasons, like I think 1 to 6, 7 and 8 are kind of like filler episodes. I mean, don't really. I mean, honestly, if you want to, I think you just watch one, just finish it at 6, and maybe watch the finale. I feel like 7 and 8. You can watch 9 if you want to, but I love all the characters. And yeah, I didn't grow up with One Tree Hill. I heard of it, I never watched it, and then It was on all four, and I watched it, and I thought it was actually great. And I bought the box set, and then I watched the whole season, and so yeah, I think it's great. I actually like it. I really like this show. I think it's probably one of the best teen dramas out there. Like, I think it's probably one of the longest one. I think probably behind Smallville. But yeah, this one's a really good show. I think I'm gonna check it out. So it's One Tree Hill. Number six, I have Cobra Kai. Now Cobra Kai, the show, it was on it was basically a continuation of the Karate Kid franchise, and this is I just love this show. It was on YouTube Premium the first two seasons, but then basically Netflix bought the rights to it, and then they did season three and then four and then five, and then it's going to end with season six next year. And we are getting a movie which is not related to this, but we just had news that Jackie Chan and Daniel Mishio is coming back. And I love Cobra Kai. I think it's probably one of the best. Like, if you're gonna reinvent a franchise, if you're gonna bring back a franchise, this is probably the best way to do it. And yeah, this one's great. I love all the old characters and new ones, and the action is good. And I just enjoyed it. It was great. I can't wait for season six. One of my favorite shows. And I love Cobra Kai. If you have Netflix, watch it. It's a really good show. And I enjoyed it. The nostalgia is good. And yeah, so number five, I have Smallville. Now, this was back in 2001, and it's basically a prequel, pretty much about Clark Kent before he becomes Superman. And I love the cast, like Lex Luthor. This has the best Lex Luthor: Michael Rosenbaum, Tom Welling. You have Lorna Lang, and then you have Chloe Sullivan, and then you have Lois Lane, and Pete and Ross. I love this show. I honestly number four, Small. I actually like this show. I didn't watch it till it was on Prime. It was on Prime. You can watch it on Prime right now. I have the box set. And it's one of my favorite shows. Like, I don't think we'll get a show as good as like the budget is groundbreaking. Like, I think the story's groundbreaking. Like, okay, some of the effects don't hold up, but I still think without the effects, I still think it's probably one of the best. Um, I still think it's probably one of the best shows. Sorry, this is actually number five. Um, so yeah, this one is probably one of the best shows. I recommend you check it out, Smallville, and yeah, so yeah, I watch all the 10 seasons, and yeah, so number four, I have Family Guy. Now, Family Guy, this was back in 1999, just go by Seth MacFarlane. It basically focuses on the lives of a dysfunctional family. Basically, this was basically May is basically kind of like Simpsons, but this one was more adult compared to Simpsons. I know people prefer Simpsons. I actually I do enjoy Simpsons, but I like Family Guy a bit more. Yeah, I know he's gone. Like, the early seasons were probably the best. I loved it, but I think the new ones are not as good. I think people have just don't watch Family Guy, and I feel like they're okay. They're not as good as the old ones, but I still think Family Guy is probably one of the shows I enjoy. And I still on to this day. I still like Family Guy. Like, there's some stuff, but then King of Brian, I did not like that. But I think overall, I think it's a good show. And so yeah. Number three, I have The Boys. Now, this was based on a comic. Was based on a comic book, and I actually know it's probably even better than a comic book. But yeah, I love Homelander, like all of them, all the characters, the like Billy, Butcher, Starlight, um, Huey. You have you have Maeve, A Train, Deep, and it basically shows you superheroes in the real world, and that they're bad guys. I love The Boys. I remember when it came out 2019. I didn't watch The Boys till 2020. I watched that, and then I watched season two, and then three was like last year, and then there's Diabolical as well. And I just watched the Gen V just ended this month. I love Gen V. I can't wait for The Boys season four. I love The Boys. It's probably one of the best shows. It was by Eric Kripke. You did Supernatural, and it's probably one of the best shows. Like, the writing, even the action is good, and just enjoy it. And so yeah, it's on Amazon Prime. You can check it out now. So number two, I have The Big Bang Theory. Now, this started in 2007. It ran for 12 seasons, and The Big Bang Theory is basically a sitcom. It's about it's basically the lives of four socially awkward friends, and that's pretty much it. And like, yeah, so I think one to five is probably the best. I think six is okay. I think seven onwards, people kind of like didn't really care about that much. I said the quality went down, and I kind of agree to an extent. I do think the early episodes were good. I enjoyed The Big Bang Theory. I even like the prequel Young Sheldon. I like The Big Bang Theory. I think it's really one of the best. So I enjoy it. I have all the DVDs, and I actually like it. And so yeah, it was just really good. Um, I really enjoy it. And number one, I have regular show. This came out in 2010, it ended 2017. And yeah, this ran for 8 seasons. And I remember when this came out around when Adventure Time came out. I enjoyed the show. It's basically about these two. You had a blue jay and you had a raccoon. They're 23 years old, and they're basically slackers, and they basically go on these misadventures. And this is by J.Q. Quintel, who also did Close Enough on HBO Max. And I enjoyed the show. I thought it was great. It was relatable, and I loved all the other characters. And the jokes were good. I liked how I had to use the dark humor. I liked how I have innuendo and stuff that adults would. And like when you get to late seasons, they kind of toned it down, but I enjoyed it. This is probably one of the best shows. I love the movie as well, and it just will always be my favorite show. I love that. I used to all the catchphrases. I used to recite them, uh, and I just love this show. I think it's great. Um, and yeah, so now season 8 they go to space, and I still think that season is. I think people think when it got to season 6, it kind of just lost its. I do think the first 5 were probably good. 6, 7, 8 were okay, but I still think it's good. There's good episodes on there. The finale was amazing, and yeah, so I recommend you check it out. That's a regular show, and so that's pretty much it. That's all my TV shows. So guys, so much for my videos. My next one, bye.